Be something I can do. Let me lower the bit rate a tiny bit. There we go. That might help a little bit. What are you on the bottom? You're little anime people riding on slimes. I hope that helps. Let me get this music down. We decided to switch from Pokemon. You got to switch things up every now and then. I'm gonna turn on the Obsidian music, so watch your ears. I said it being completely quiet. I said I'm gonna turn on the Obsidian. There we go. I'm gonna play a random sound effect, so watch your ears.
I enjoy watching them because it makes me horny. Oh.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That one's usually pretty quiet. I'm gonna do one more.
I enjoy
Really?
watching them
No way.
because it makes me horny.
You're telling me that played twice in a row. You're telling me that played twice in a row. I'm doing a third.
Sorry, sir. There's a strict 800 penis limit.
All right, I stand corrected. That was a 1 in 220 chance that played twice in a row. All right, who cares? Let's play some Power Washing Sim. We're going to be doing the Final Fantasy VII Remake map this evening. We're going to be cleaning up the bar, Seventh Heaven. This is a email we got from Tifa. I don't remember what Tifa sounds like, so I'm just going to give her a not whatever voice. I don't know. We've been having lots of trouble with Don Corneo and his grunts for a while, but last night took it to a whole other level. They stormed into Seventh Heaven unannounced, ordered the entire menu twice over, and proceeded to spill it on every possible surface. I would have beat the snot out of every one of those thugs right there and then, but then we'd have a lot more trouble on our hands than a few small-time gangsters. So anyways, my friend's daughter Marlene has been hanging out here a lot, so I want the place squeaky clean for her. I'll do it myself. I would do it myself, but it's almost 0 hour on a job I've got over in Sector 1. She has to go blow up a nuclear facility. She's an eco-terrorist, and that is not a joke. So I need the speed of a pro. I'd really appreciate it if you could get the bar looking good as new. Thanks. We're gonna kill people. Yay! There's gonna be some people who are working the custodial shift at some nuclear power plant that are just going to meet a grisly end. Let me turn that on. There we go. Tifa says it's so upsetting to see the bar looking like this. Oh God. I don't know what exactly gave people the impression when I know it's not the fanciest, but it's like home to us and our regulars. A place for people to get homemade food and escape the daily grind. So, let me put it this way. I don't own a power washing business. So I can't say for certain. But I'm going to generally assume, let's get this window cleaned. I'm going to generally assume that with any form of business that you own, when you hire somebody to do a job, do you normally just, like talk to them the whole time? Do you just like text people who are doing a job for you? Like we have somebody that cleans our, that does our lawn. I'm not going to say his name, but like Kitty, would it feel weird if the guy who does our lawn, if we just sort of talked to them the whole time? Maybe if we had a rapport, sure, because we've had the same guy for a long time. That's not the exact same situation. Let's put it this way. Let's change it up. Let's assume that we call out like the air conditioning guy. Like say our air conditioning is on the fritz. Let's assume the air conditioning is on the fritz. Would we be weird if we spent a lot of time talking about why the bar is so gross. I don't know. I feel like she's offering a lot of information that feels weird. Then again, you know, I don't know if I would want to be the person cleaning up people's messes, so it might be a different line of business than what I'm prepared to do. And that's why it's a simulator. Also, I like how Tifa said that Don Corleone's gang had come in, ordered everything off the menu, and like what did she say? They ordered the entire menu twice over and managed to spill it on every possible I can't talk today. On every possible surface, and I don't know if it's just for gameplay value or what, but I feel like this is an impressive amount of effort if they ordered all of the food and caked it into every visible surface. That's their own form of eco-terrorism, I'm not going to lie. Like, the fact that they were able to make this place as disgustingly filthy as they did, that's honestly a little impressive. Let's clean the pinball machine. By the way, I don't know if they told the power washing guy this, but one of the pinball machines is the secret entrance to their secret lair. I wonder if we're supposed to clean down there too. I'm guessing probably not. Oh god, Tifa's talking again. I would have loved to punch those goons right in their dumb faces. Probably wouldn't have even needed any materia. That's a Final Fantasy reference. Speaking of which, you do know about materia and Mako. Oh my god, she's gonna proselytize to me. Remember when I said she's an eco-terrorist? Mako is the lifeblood of our planet and every living thing on it. Ma'am, I'm just... Do you want me to clean or not? Are we here to chat? The ancients thankfully learned how to crystallize it, and that's what we call materia. I mean, are you about to give me a materia I can plug into my power washer? Because otherwise... Oh, no second bunger there. Hello? Try that again.
Bunger, 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 bunger,
Bunger,
bunger,
bunger, bunger, bunger, bunger, bunger. Let me pick up this. Here we go. There we go. You don't think spraying the game machines are good for them? I don't know if... And I have to, I would have to replay Final Fantasy VII and... Meh. But I don't know if, I don't know if the pinball machines actually work. Like I said, they're the secret entrance into the lair of the eco-terrorists, but I don't remember if the machines actually play pinball or not. Regardless, it's probably not good for the electronics. There are definitely lights on the machine. Ooh, almost got the almost got the prize there on the slot machine. How is it? How are you guys? How was your Sunday? Was your Sunday everything you hoped it would be? Hup, 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 hup. I don't really have a rhyme or reason to this cleaning session. Like before, when I cleaned the park, I like sectioned off parts of it, which is something I probably should do for this one, but I do kind of like the idea of just getting everything kind of clean and just sort of like doing a deep clean, getting one sweep across and getting everything kind of just a little cleaner so I don't feel like I'm breathing in spores the entire time. Oh good, there's a chocobo sign. What is the Chocobo show? I'm gonna need to add. Someone left their sword. Cloud left his sword. Ma'am, do you want me to clean your boyfriend's sword? It even says Cloud's Buster's sword. Do I have to clean the back of it? Here we go. There we go. I'm gonna get your boyfriend's sword all nice and clean. Perfect. Ma'am, you really shouldn't. Your boyfriend should not leave his sword here. There are unsavory people who might steal it, like me. I'm gonna steal your boyfriend's sword. I mean, look at this thing. It's almost clean. There we go. Also, they're giving me $1.25 to clean it. I'm definitely stealing it. That is, what's the word I'm looking for? Insulting. Go ahead and give my sword a good power washing. Here's $1. You can't even buy anything for $1 anymore other than dialing down the center. 1-800-COLLECT. Let me get the ceiling nice and clean. Oh god, Tifa's still talking. Listen, I don't know what you've heard, but Shinra, it's not as kind and selfless as it paints itself. I was not expecting Tifa to proselytize to me. I didn't expect her to be trying to convince me to her cause. The Mako energy they produce, it's made by draining the planet's lifeblood. I'm giving you a bad rating on Fiverr or whatever you got to hire me, ma'am. Plus, the whole reason they provided is to control the populace. You sound like a crazy person. If we allow them to keep harvesting it, we're assuring the planet's destruction. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's crazy, ma'am. That's crazy, ma'am. By the way, your boss left his giant arm, his giant Gatling gun on the table. Someone has to do something about this, and Avalanche has decided that that's us. You're telling us that you're Avalanche? What? I was kidding, but you're actually eco-terrorists. Why are you telling us that? You killed people. You actually told us that you're Avalanche? Ooh, that's wild. We just did a job for Shinra. We just did a job for Shinra. We have a moral obligation to turn you in. You destroyed a power plant. You are straight up monsters. I'm going to clean your build also. Remember when I said that the pinball machine is a secret hideout for their lair? I think I can tell which pinball machine it is. I want to bet with you, but I need to ask, can you give Roar points? I cannot. I cannot affect the points in any way other than refunding some things that are used. I cannot give them. I cannot transfer them. I do not know why Twitch does not give me the ability to alter points. So like if one of the really expensive channel points broke, I would have the ability to like refund that. Also, there we go. But what do you want to bet? It was the 90s, so everyone was smoking in bars. Hi, Coyote. If your ceiling is this bad, then everybody in this room was getting asbestos. Can you refund the points from the Russian roulette? I mean, I can. I can do that. Actually, I don't know if I can. Come to think of it. Can I? Let me see. Russian roulette. Maybe slot machine. Here, I'll give you back a D's nuts because I'm feeling generous. Hence why the walls and ceiling are filthy. Well, according to the, lore, this was the Don Corleone's gang who somehow grinded up or ordered all of the food and smeared it into every surface, which honestly, not even mad. I'm a little impressed. The fact that they were able to completely coat every surface with grime and filth using only the items on the menu. Honestly, that is some foresight. Foresight? Was that the word I'm looking for? That's impressive. I mean, why they did that, I feel like they didn't have to do any of that. They were just being kind of jerks. Final Fantasy VII, I think I've made my opinions well known about Final Fantasy VII over the years. But just as a recap, I think it is okay. I think it is extremely overstating how impressive. I think it was extremely impressive for the time. And there's some interesting things they've done with it. But I think the amount of time they spend on this one property, they could have made a million other original ideas. And oh God, here we go. That machine gun on the table belongs to a friend of mine, Barrett. That's spelled wrong, isn't it? Isn't Barrett with 2 T's? I could be wrong. Could you please power wash that gun for me? He's as big. That's not actually in there. He's as big and hot-headed as a behemoth.
I just kicked his ass.
And I'm going to kick his ass. But he's got a heart of gold. He also cares about the planet more than anyone else I know. That's why he kills people. The Buster Sword belongs to my childhood friend of mine, Cloud. That's the wrong button. Cloud. I kind of have a crush on him, teehee. Say what you will about Zelda, they didn't spend half the series living rent-free inside the world of Ocarina of Time. No, agreed. In Ocarina of Time, I kind of think is a little overhyped itself, but at least it was... Oh God, she's still talking. He left to join Soldier when we were kids. Now he's out and helping us take on the company. He might not show it, but if you could clean up his Buster Sword too, that would make his day. All you had to do was ask. Clean up my boyfriend's Buster Sword. I will say, and I've mentioned this before, I kind of feel like Majora's Mask is essentially, in all practical purposes, just a DLC for Ocarina of Time. Factually accurate? I don't know. It's a little bit of bombast, but it's not that much. Tifa's like, hey, real quick, could you make sure you don't get any water on the electronics? He came in, ordered 15 drinks, didn't even notice the grime. He looked really dazed and kept talking about someone named Zach. I don't know. I wasn't really listening. I was just looking in those dreamy, dead eyes of his. Where am I going to put this? Can I just put it on the ground?
Do not
Do not come.
Do not come.
Do not. Let's get this all nice and clean. I think the amount of crap people give Final Fantasy VIII is criminal compared to the amount of apologies. They give a lot of apology, you know, a lot of. I'm bad with words today. They give a lot of lenience to Final Fantasy VII, and I feel like they don't give the same lenience to Final Fantasy VIII. So low? What's low? What's up, kitty? How you doing? This bar is looking good. It looks like real bad earlier, and it kind of looks like you won't. Video's too quiet. Is it? Fix. Do I even have a? I don't even have a window open here. Let me get the alerts going. Is it quiet because the because the whatchamacallit, the power washer was moving? Hold on. Let me. Do not come. Can I even make this louder? I can. I'm cranking it up to 80. I'm cranking it up to 100. Here we go. Watch your ears.
Do not come.
That's as loud as it gets.
Do not come.
Do not come. I'm starting to get a little better with the audio balance. With some of these alerts, like some of the alerts were way too quiet. Like I kicked his ass was far too quiet. It's silent for us. Watch your ears. Is that better? Well, here, one more time. I'm not sure how long that level has been at 0. Do not come. Where is it? One more time.
Do not come. Do not come.
That's probably a little better, I'm assuming. Thank you. I'm not sure what was going on with that. The audio balance was very low for some reason. Thank you. Right as I'm saying, I'm getting a little better with the audio. Let's do a bunger button. Bunger? Bunger? We've done a lot of this area. Let's get this out of here. Let's start working on quadrants. Let's clean this area first. I've cleaned enough of the big areas that I can just go into the little bits of dirt that are left. Like, we haven't had a lot of dings, but we're going to pick up quite a bit now that we're focusing. What did you get? You got a tuna. Nice. There are actually achievements in this, in that fishing game. I'm not sure if any of them are any good. Only like 5 of them, and I'm not sure whether I think it's like get all of the fish, which is like I don't know if that's gonna happen. This is looking real good. This area is not. Excuse me. Okay, so this is when I need the ladder. Excuse me. Thank you. Pick up ladder, please. Thank you. Whew. Some games with their controls, it's just like, what you doing? What's going on? Like, it's worked fine every time thus far, up until now. You're just gonna make a fool of me. It's gonna be that kind of day. I see how you're gonna be, video game. Also, while we're up here, let's clean this bit of grime. I think I got stuck on the secret entrance into the avalanche lair. I was kidding around a little earlier, but obviously Tifa does not care about the privacy of the Avalanche group, so I guess it's just an open invitation. I sure hope she doesn't find out that I just cleaned up a bunch of stuff for Shinra. You know, their arch nemesis. Think they'll have an issue with that? I do. That seems like something Barrett might kill a man for. That sounds like something Barrett might come to my house and say, I heard you worked a job for Shinra, and just take this gun right here, this one, and actually put it in my mouth and shoot me in the face. That sounds like something Barrett would do. I'm not a Final Fantasy VII. When did you get the ladder? It's been around. I put it, it's been on the floor. I don't really use the ladder very much because I don't really need to, but every now and then it's useful to get the little bits. You know, now that she's told us that this is their secret society, maybe I could just like actually clean up downstairs. I really hope that's the next job, that I get to clean up their stupid downstairs headquarters. That would be actually fantastic. What a shame. What is that? Is that a sound clip? Shame?
What a shame.
There it is. He was a good man. What an awful way to die. Man, I miss Deus Ex 1. That would be a fun game, but it was such a miserable game to play. Like, it's such an old game. I wish it had like an actual quality of life update. Bonger? Bunga, 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 bunga. I think bunger only works if it hears exclamation point bunger. Today's menu: soft drinks, Spriker. What's a Spriker? Why do they have to make up a word? Spriker Soda Star. Also, I love that we're in Final Fantasy VII and we are cleaning up the microwave. I'm gonna get another email from Tifa. Hey, I know you need to move the microwave, so just put it anywhere, okay? I know you don't want to damage it with all your... You already sprayed it, didn't you? I'm gonna need to take that out of your pay. I'm not even sure what a Spriker is. It kind of almost sounds like a spritzer. Like if you have it sounds like either Sprite or Spritz. And considering this is a bar, I would assume it's Spritz. I can't believe how amazing the place looks, and you're not even finished. Are you watching me? Where are you? Thank you for delineating elevator mechanism. Does it really? It does. kidding, but I can't. I need to. Oh, what did she say? Hold on, let me go back down. I need to help with final preparations for that job in Sector 1. You know, that job we do? That we're eco-terrorists, we destroy power plants? So I've got to run, but I'll have Cloud come by to give the place a once-over when you're done. Oh, you mean the guy who owns the big sword? Cool, thanks. I have a feeling that everybody who works for your little organization is a psychopath. You included, Tifa. Or excuse me, Miss Lockhart. We're not on first name basis, I guess. Or maybe we are. I don't know. You're telling me all about your secret society. Honestly, God's honest truth, cleaning up this bar kind of makes me want to play the Final Fantasy VII remake again. I'm not gonna. I don't want to. I didn't really like it a lot, but it does. Tifa, from what I remember, isn't an airhead, so I wouldn't think she's clueless. It almost sounded like a subtle threat. Hey, the guy who's working for the terrorists with us, yeah, he's gonna come by and make sure you did a good job, okay? He's cool. He worked for the government. He's killed a lot of military, police. Yeah, you're gonna like him. He's great. Spiky hair. Wears a lot of belts. I don't know. I can't actually picture what Cloud wears in my mind now that I'm thinking about it. Also, I'm a little impressed with the fact that they were able to get the bar dirty. The Don Corleone gang came in, ordered everything on the menu twice, and was able to get the kitchen area completely filthy. Like, I know they're a gang not to be screwed with, but why'd you let them back there? Just call the police. They're doing illegal stuff. Well, it's Don Corleone. What do I know? I think Final Fantasy VIII needs the rebirth treatment. But if they do that, you know what they need to do? They need to make Final Fantasy VIII with the rebirth treatment, with the the Squall dies at the end of Disc 1 philosophy as canon. That's what I think. That's what would make me happy. Because that game makes so much more sense when you just think of it all as a fever dream. Just clean this all little systematically here. I'm noticing a sort of parallel to Katamari. It's a very similar style. You're going along and just slowly cleaning up the area. This is just a different way of cleaning up. I mean, we're not absorbing things into our collective, but we are making things a little less filthy. Somehow the Don Corleone gang was able to make this door absolutely rancid. Honestly, I think I think Tifa's lying to us. This is baked in grime. I don't believe that the gang came in and made this much of a mess. I feel like some of this is just lack of care. And look, I know everybody in Final Fantasy VII, living in Midgar, is living under the poverty line, if you can even call it that in Midgar. They're living in an oppressive society. I get that. It's called water and soap. It's called soap. It's called, hey, this was not caused by a gang. We're being lied to. Cloud comes by. It's like, heard you calling my girlfriend a liar. Just picks up his big buster sword. It's like, it's amazing the Don Corleone gang was able to get grime all over the ceiling, huh? He just slowly starts sharpening it against a huge whetstone. I feel like they could have come up with a better story for this. I'm not here to judge the writers of Powerwash Simulator. God bless them. It's a fun game. But I feel like there's a million different things they could have come up with. Like, you know, Cloud and the gang have been gone for a while. Russian roulette's going to get one of you. There's only so many bullets in that gun. Told you. Bye. See you in a minute. I tried to warn you, but you didn't believe me. I told you I'd shoot. Oh, it looks like when you go to those gross, seedy hotels and put on the black light. Sure, I'm not the first person to make that reference in this game. Sure, I won't be the last. But it doesn't change the fact that that's what it looks like. Also, I can't help but notice, we are only getting paid... How much are we getting paid? $350 for this job. I hate to sound critical, but I feel like a completely coated in grime bar like this, I feel like it should we should be getting more than $350. Then again, I don't know. Maybe not. It just feels like a lot. Like, as a game, you know, it's just a game. It's just fun to do the to do the adult coloring book thing. But if you're living in Midgar and someone's like, "Hey, I'll give you $300 to spray this building," you know what? The more I'm thinking about it, that's not so bad. I guess you have to go back to, is the $650 that we got paid to do the outdoor park area, was that worth it? That, I think we came to the conclusion that it was. You're using keyboard? I am. I think you're supposed to use controller. It got you. It got you, buddy. It's that's statistics for you. You can't tempt fate all the time. It'll get you. Don't talk back to Darth Vader. Anyways, I wonder if I pick up my... Here, I'm going to put it on the controller for a sec. I don't like it. I don't like it. Putting it down. I'm sure if I worked on the sensitivity a little bit, the controller wouldn't be so bad, but I don't like it. I like the... I really just, in general, like the mouse and keyboard. I don't like to deviate too much unless it's in a game where it very much benefits from a controller. And there aren't many of those. Like, what, racing games? Like, what else, really? Definitely benefits from a controller. Fighting games. I think, like, Batman Arkham Asylum definitely worked better from a controller. Let's move this. We're at 94%. I wonder if we can get this done before the break. I feel like we can. The problem is, once you get to about this percentage, it gets a little harder to actually get everything clean. Because you're just trying to get the little bits. Also, I'm loving this. I don't know if you can hear that jazz in the background, but it is. I'm going to turn it up for myself. That is some nice stuff. I'm going to burst my eardrums out the first time I get an alert, but it's worth it because that is a sick jam. The Pentagon cost $49 million to build in 1941. That sounds about right for 1941. I wonder how much that is in today's money. This is the Chillwave YouTube station, apparently. Same sort of line as the Lo-Fi. Yeah, I really believe the Don Corleone gang got up here and smeared food on the inside of this support beam. I feel like Tifa's lying to me. She didn't have to lie to me. I don't care why it's dirty. I didn't ask. She could have just said, "Hey, we're slobs. We spend so much time destroying power plants that we didn't clean our disgusting bar." And I would have said, that sounds like $350 worth of problems. And she would have said, now you're speaking my language. Now we're cooking with gas. Not pooed. Grande caca. No, eat it. Hey, Micah. What's going on? We are cleaning up. We're almost finishing up with Tifa's bar. And my God, look at how good this place is looking. Like, yeah, there's still grit. There's still a bit of gross its here on top of the metal. But other than that, this place is looking real nice. You're looking real nice, Carl. Can't sleep much? I'm sorry to hear that, Micah. Micah, have you seen our new dog? Have we shown you our new mutt? I'm only mentioning that because I was just thinking, like, last night Mario's cheeked up. I don't know why I went with Funky Town. That's not the song I usually think would go with that channel. Anyways, the only reason I bring up Finn is because he was not. For like last night was the first night he didn't. I didn't like see him on the bed. And he usually likes sleeping on the bed because he's a little baby dog. I mean, all this grits. You haven't seen him? Kitty, do you want to do a, or somebody? Actually, I can do it. I got the jukebox. Doot. Doot, doot, doot. There we go. That's not the right button. No. Damn it. Hup. 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 There we go. There's Finn. He's a Yorkie poo, and he is an adorable little mutt that is the bane of my existence. Yeah, I believe the Don Corleone gang crammed a bunch of food on the inside of the refrigerator. By the way, Kitty, I mentioned that I had a new puppy at work to one of the coordinators, and they were very sternly wanted to tell me to adopt, not shop. I'm like, look, yeah, I know what you mean, but he's so adorable, isn't he? And they were like, yeah, I guess. And it's like, I get it. But I mean, it's not Finn's fault where he came from. When indoor smoking was still a common thing, these kind of places had a strong build-up close to the roof. Well, oops. Well, I understand that. If we ever get to the recap, when it shows us the everything that gets cleaned, this ceiling was caked in grime, and Tifa Lockhart is trying to blame it on the Don Corneo gang and his grunts, who smeared food on every surface. And I think she's lying to me. What's the photo? I think that's the bar that at the top left. I think this is Marlene. That's Barrett's daughter. And this on the bottom, I don't know what that is. I think that's Barrett. I think this right here, this picture, this personal picture right here, this is Barrett. He owns the bar, and he's Tifa's business partner, I think. This here in the middle, this is Tifa. She's the one who hired me and told me to clean the bar. And this little adorable little girl down here, she's Marlene. So these right here, they're like a little family, kind of. Although they're not romantic. Too much grime in this place. Can I clean? That's what our pizza was like in the 80s. I lived during a time when smoking was allowed in restaurants. I was just thinking about that the other day. Like, if there is a benefit to having grown up in a time after millennials and beyond, or, you know, basically not earlier than millennials, is that you live in a world that didn't have smoking areas and restaurants. And in a way, it's like, we really lived in a world in which we allowed people to smoke next to us while we were eating. And I'm like, I guess it made sense at the time, because, you know, smoke doesn't actually travel across the room. Smoking or non-smoking. You're right, Coyote. And it's like, there was a transition time. I didn't get a lot of it, but we got right there at the tail end. It feels like. I don't remember when exactly they really stopped doing that. I feel like it was like the late 90s. And then like all the places on the beach rebrand as bars, so they can still serve food, like little table food, but you're still allowed to smoke because it's like considered an outdoor bar. I think they tried to get away with that for a long time. I sure love this Ruby Tuesdays buffet. It smells even better. It tastes a lot better with nicotine down my throat. At the tail end of the smoking area, bars went no smoke in 06, but you spent time down south when there was more of a thing. It was definitely pre-06 here, I'm pretty sure. I feel like I was more of a kid. I'm not sure when it happened in, like, Florida. Let me put it this way. I was never allowed to smoke in a smoking area. even if I wanted to. I'm not here to judge people's vices. I'm not a fan of nicotine. I'm well on the record for that. But hey, I do a lot of I smoke a lot of other stuff. Everyone has their vices, so I'm not here to judge. Exactly, cocaine bear. You know what I'm talking about? There's vices everywhere. Some bears do a ton of cocaine. I'm not here to judge. I mean, I am actually judging on cocaine. You shouldn't do cocaine. Nobody should do cocaine. We've been at 97% for this bar for what feels like forever. And every time I look and see the grime around the bar, it feels like we haven't even touched it. Like, how have we not cleaned the grit and grime off of this top area here? That said, that was 98%. If you find a place that has not been fully renovated, you can still see the smoke lines, like when changing bulbs. Oops. Where'd it go? God. Yep. I'm glad it's over. Let me put it this way. The fact that this was possible in a place where you consumed food? Listen, if you are desperate to smoke nicotine, it's a free country. Unless it's not. Unless it's illegal where you live. In which case, follow your local municipalities. But if you're eating in a place where this is being collected on the walls, I don't like it. I don't like it. Smoking on public transport went into cabins in 95. 98 gas stations didn't have any indoor stuff anymore. I actually wanted to price, I don't want any, obviously, but just for curiosity's sake, I wanted to price how much cigarettes cost these days. Because back when I was a kid, that was like the biggest reason not to smoke, other than health, obviously. But like another major reason not to smoke was just because it was so dang expensive. And I think that they have not gotten cheaper over the years, especially like they what's happening with the music? Music's going nuts. Especially they'll put in taxes to make it even less appealing to smoke, which it's like people will still do like 2 or 3 packs a day. I don't think it's not about the price, and that's the thing about addiction. It sucks, and I'm not here to judge anyone's addictions. That said, I don't want to eat next to somebody who is partaking in said addiction. I said it, and that's a strong opinion that will probably, I feel like it's cancelable. I feel like I've said I have said something worthy of being canceled. I don't want to eat next to smokers while they're smoking and I'm eating. Unreasonable? Absolutely. But I'm strong enough to take that stance. Still at 98%, huh? We are getting so close, I bet. Every little bit we clean. What are your thoughts on the new movies lately, like the Garfield, Inside Out 2, etc.? Almost always, my opinions on what is your opinion on X movie is I very rarely watch movies. Inside Out 2 is a different can of beans because I would actually like to see that one. So, no spoilers on Inside Out 2. But typically, as for Garfield, My opinions on Garfield have always been 3D Garfield is unnecessary, considering it started as a 2D medium. But, you know, Garfield was not necessarily made for me, so I'm not here to judge people, you know, I'm not here to yuck people's yum. It's possible I might not be the primary demographic for Garfield. At least not in the year of our Lord, 2024. The last new movie you saw was Dune Part 2, and that was on streaming. I don't even remember the last new movie I saw. The last movie I remember seeing was like Raya. And I watched that. That was like in, what, January? I have to have watched a proper movie since then. I watched that documentary on Netflix. That was movie length. I feel like that counts as a movie, right? I feel like maybe we'll get to 99% and maybe I'll take a break. So otherwise, getting to 100% will take like an extra 20 minutes, I feel like. You think smoking is fine if it's in a completely different area, like outside? There he goes! Woo! Oh god, it's so violent. Fireworks seems a lot less aggressive on the Pokemon. I would agree with that. I would agree with that, Kitty. I've never been a fan of hyper addictive things, especially hyper addictive things that in the vast majority of situations will kill you. But, you know, as long as it's in your own section and that's what you desperately want to do, who am I to judge? What the hell? Oh, I thought I was like ramming the power washer against it. That's funny. Yeah, I can't even think of what the last full-length movie I watched was. Other than like documentaries that Kitty has had me watch. Because I just like... typically, what I watch is YouTube and Twitch. That's essentially it. If I'm not watching YouTube, I'm watching Twitch, or vice versa. I clean the whole... I have not cleaned the whole pinball machine. Clean the legs. There we go. I clean the whole elevator platform? No. Gotta clean just a tiny little crevices there. There we go. Tifa's back there. It's like, did you clean the entire elevator platform? And we're like, yeah, I saw that on the checklist, ma'am. I had some questions about this. I feel unsafe cleaning an active elevator. Is there a way I can disable it while I'm here? She's like, no, silly. You can't disable the elevator. Bit bigger too. Too bad many of them are going out of business. Gas stations have decreased since the 80s, since it's a process. Really? Gas stations, at least around here, do not feel like they are in a losing business by any stretch. Which is a shame because, you know, fossil fuels, you know, bad. But it does suck. I do like old-timey gas stations, though. They were nice. There was something very pleasant about them. What am I missing? Elevator platform. What am I missing on the elevator platform? A little bit right there. Just a little bit of crevice. Is this all elevator mechanism? What am I missing? Something up there. Something up here. There we go. Anything else? Elevator. There was like another elevator thing that was almost done. The customer floor. Oh, that's this whole section. Oh, I bet you if I get the floor, that'll... There you go. Okay, are you back, actually? Are you actually properly back? I'm not dropping any more frames, it looks like. Okay. We're gonna take an ad break, see how that works, and we'll come back and finish this up. So, be right back. We're close enough. All right. We are so close on this. Let's finish this up. Unfortunately, we were right at 99 too. Internet had to be crappy right at 99%. Also, Kitty reminded me while I was out there that, yeah, we are right in the middle of a tropical storm, so no wonder the internet's being crappy. So, yeah, that tracks. Not that the internet is amazing half the time anyways, but good to know that at least there's a reason for it this time. Over 4.5 billion sticks of Trident gum have been chewed. If the stick of gum were laid out end to end, it could encircle the globe approximately 1.8 times. More you know. See, I think I screwed up this particular cleaning. Usually when I do this, I like section off quadrants before I move on to other sections. This one, I didn't do that. I kind of just went all willy-nilly all over the place, and I really shouldn't do that. I should just pick one particular thing to go for and like one section, cordon it off, and finish that and go on to the next session afterward. But you know what? Sometimes you got to take the big chances, and this one, not a success, but at the end of the day, it does get cleaned. We learned that the person who hired us is an eco-terrorist, and for some reason, she is telling that to complete strangers. Watch the very end be Cloud comes by and says, "Hey, all that stuff she told you about the avalanche, she was kidding, idiot. You're not going to tell anybody that we were an avalanche. That's a really dumb joke, right?" Just slowly advances towards you, that sort of thing. Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. Alternatively, Tifa's just going to gush about how gorgeous it looks and then try and convince me to join her cult a little bit. These are both equally possible, possibilities. This area is looking good. Excellent. What about this area? Anything back here? It's like a little bit of grit, like right there. Also, what part of the microwave is still dirty? Is it that part? Beautiful. The back of the microwave dirty? I'm going to have to get that from the other side, I think.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Who's that back there? What the heck are you talking about?
I'm sorry. I love that clip. He just seems so like, excuse me? Who was that? How did I miss all that? I looked at all that. It looked really nice. I needed my ladder. Just come back here and clean all of this disgusting grit. On the plus side, this was a much less daunting job than the outdoor park was. I know they get even bigger than both of them, but this was a little less of a dramatic job. How close are we? Between you. We're definitely not within 3. But we've picked up a lot of them in the last couple minutes. Between you. Is the floor still dirty? Oh, this over here? Just a little bit of grit. Everything looks clean until you look at a slightly different angle and it's like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. All that grit that I can look right on the... I don't even need special goggles to see all that. It's like, look at this, the backside of these stools. I haven't even noticed those. Been here the whole time. Top of the bar is filthy. Honestly, you don't even need the ladder half the time. You can't just parkour to most of this. stool. Like if I can clean this general area, have this all taken care of, that would be nice. You clean? Stool? You're not. You are. You are not. Perfect. Does this feel relaxing to you too? It does, Kitty. It's a very relaxing video game. Unfortunately, it's almost too relaxing. Like at some point, we're not quite there yet, but at some point the music and the relaxing monotony of the hissing water is very lulling. So I do understand if it causes any tiredness. I see you over there. I can see little bits of grime. Look, there we go. Bar shelf, maybe underneath. It almost has like I mentioned earlier, it has the adult coloring book kind of feel to it. It's like the opposite. It's like you're not necessarily coloring, you're uncoloring. I guess you're cleaning. How are we doing on this? Are we got to be getting close, right? Oh god, there's still so much. Okay. That's okay. Clean the radio, little bits. Pipe in the back. There we go. Clean you. Jukebox needs finishing. I see grime on the ceiling somewhere. There's grime on here. What about you, Kitty? Is it relaxing to you? Does it feel? Is it a soothing game? There's just something about this whole style of game, and that kind of includes games like flight sims, like Euro Truck Sims, games that should not be fun. There's nothing about this that should be fun. This is work. This is straight up work. But it's fun. Like you'd think, why don't you just clean our own house? But it doesn't work that way. It's not nearly as exciting to go clean your own house. That said, I mean, if I could power wash the inside of our house and there wouldn't be any problems, that might actually be almost fun. But that's a very different situation. Finn, you being a jerk. I hear you. I probably shouldn't do that. He'll probably just be like, oh, I'm challenging. I'm throwing down the gauntlet. Come get me. Come get me, big boy. You won't. That's totally what he was thinking. Is Pinball ready? So close. Maybe on the back? Beautiful. I think above the pinball level. Good. Got that. Got you. I can't even see where there are things that would need cleaning anymore. Alright, we got lights, we got wall lanterns. Let's find the wall lanterns. Wall lantern there. You're not strong enough to make it look brand new. I mean, again, if we had a power washer, it'd be a different can of beans. Like, if we were able to power wash the inside of our house, not only would it be easy, it'd be fun, but, you know, then we'd sort of lose everything in our house to the power washing, and that's sort of a lateral move to actually cleaning everything. Remind me, Kitty, we need to start resetting the router, maybe, before streams. What else needs cleaned? Does that cause moisture issues indoors? I mean, if you power washed on the inside, I would really think that, yeah, it would definitely cause issues, but what do I know? What am I looking for here? Neon signs. Where are they? You? Are you not clean yet? Oh, 4 is very humid. That's very true. I don't really think about... Yeah, in other places, maybe it wouldn't be as humid. You wouldn't get quite as much mildew. We just sort of assume that if you leave water out for a while, it's going to make something mildewy. That's just how things work in this state. In this part of the country, to be honest. In the table. Anything on the stools that still need cleaning? Doesn't look like it. Permanent state of humid. This summer's been very strange, as you might be able to imagine. Florida's no exception. The heat has been not any worse per se. Honestly, it's very on brand for Florida to be as warm as it was. So that said, it felt surprisingly not as humid. It just feels more warm in Florida, which is very odd for Florida. That's my own personal perception, but it didn't feel so much throughout most of the summer so far that, like, it didn't feel like, oh, it's so soaking wet. I feel like I'm just a sweaty ball of gross. It's more just like it feels like an oven being outside. And that's why I'm like, it's hot, yes, but it just doesn't feel... It's a different kind of hot. Back bar box. It's my band name. Back bar box. Back bar box. This box. Hello? Beautiful. Fridge is cleaned. And did I get the box? How? How did I get the... Oh. There's still schmutz in the front. That would explain it, yes. What else do we got? We have the step stool. I'm not sure which one this is. Like, this thing that highlights it is... Oh, no, it's not useless. I stand corrected. Perfect. Next. More wall lanterns. There's one, and we need one more after this one. What else? While I'm up here, anything I can see that's gross? I can see that bar stool is gross. Clean that. What about you, wall lantern? Are you good? I think there's supposed to be one more. There is. There's one more. Where is it? Wall lantern. Wall lantern. There you are. And next... ceilings. Which one? That one. Where is the dirt? Oh, it's way over there. Yeah, this cleaning method I did this time sucked. I really need to use the quadrant method, because what I did tonight was not good. Not efficient. No idea what it's saying. Anything over here? There we go. Next. Bar shelf. That is so useful to be able to find exactly what you're looking for. Gotcha. Next. Circuit board. Go ahead and just spray water into that. Who gives a shit, right? Where's the circuit board? You? Maybe if you use different cleaners. Apparently, according to the, you know, known tips and tricks of this, using the yellow and red are really the most efficient. Like the cleaners don't really do much. They do a lot on like big open spaces. Like if we used it coming in on a lot of the grit and grime, maybe, but for the most part, it's just easier to use these two particular sprayers. Vent hood, come on. This cracks me up when you can see just little bits of grime peeking out the corner like, here I am. Why are you looking for me? I'm just a little bit of dirt. Come on. We can get you. You're very close. Oh, is it you? No? Gotcha. Chopping boards. Do I see a second? Oh. One there. And a second one right here. Got you. A few more and then we'll be able to see it on screen. What is this skirting? One skirting. I don't see a second skirting. Are you a second skirting? You are not. Where is that last skirt? It's past the elevator. It's this one down here. God, they're going to be so impressed. They are definitely not going to kill me for telling me too much. Back bar ceiling light, maybe. Is that what that was? Back room ceiling light. You? That. I think this bar needs to be condemned, but you know, if you're gonna go to a bar, it might as well be clean. Did I get all of these neon lights? Did I get you? I didn't even get close to you. Ceiling shaded lights. I don't know what that is. Oh. And back bar cabinet light. You're almost done? God, this bar was fun. Thought I saw it. Back bar cabinet light, right? This is the cabinet. This is the cabinet door. I see you. Is it this little white strip right here? That makes sense. There we go. All right, ready to see our time lapse? Let's check this out. It's gonna be fun. Look at us clean up all that food they smeared into the walls. What's up, Sprawl? Power wash your butt. Oh, I got Cloud on the line. Hold on a second. Hey, Tifa told me I have to make sure you did your job. Huh, not bad. Done a lot of cleaning as a merc. You're the real deal. I see you washed my sword, too. Alright, we done with the small talk. Got more important things to do. I didn't ask, mate. I didn't ask, brother. I didn't ask for any of that. Also, we seem to be in touch with Shinra again. You missed it, Sprawl, but Tifa just told us that she was a member of Avalanche. The power washer she just hired is a member of a known terrorist group. I think I'm going to save Midgar for later. Let's go back to the main career. Let's start with the bungalow. Cloud is a jerk. Hey, Doc. You know I mentioned my folks? Well, I think it's time their bungalow met your power washer. Seems sexy. It's so filthy, it's hard to tell where the ground ends and the house begins. When I mentioned you to Ma, her eyes lit up. Pops moaned, okay. All I needed to know was you're paying me $300. That's all I needed to know. What was he doing with it? Well, apparently Don Corleone's gang smeared food all over it. Dolores Miller says, I'm so glad you're here. Calvin's a good boy. He's a volcanologist, you know. He studies Vulcans. The lore on power washing game. There's some weird stuff going on with the husbands moaning about power washing, and it's like, dude, just you're making this so weird. Just hire me on Fiverr or whatever. I told you when we met that I wasn't a leprechaun, and I was from Rhode Island, and I was half Korean, and it didn't matter. Did you ever get the lore and what was going on with the park? The lore I'm going with is that somebody is corrupt and needs to be fired, but I don't think we got an official statement, no. Power wash the azaleas. It was inconclusive. Can you let me see if let me see if I can do the soap bubbles. Which soap do we have? We have a multi-purpose cleaner. I'm going to use the stone cleaner on this stone right here. It did good. It does good. Let me switch it to the all-purpose. Oh, I don't have any left. Never mind. I think that the power wash spray, the cleaner spray is kind of med. Kind of med. Med's not the word I was looking for. Kind of mid. So what we're going to do on this house, and which is what we should have done in the last area, is before we go gallivanting off in another direction, clearing as much as we can from this particular area. Like, hey, instead of leaving the garage door behind, did you miss any other video games that were cleaned? We played Katamari. What do you mean? Or do you mean on the in Powerwash Sim? I see what you're saying. No, we haven't played any of the other ones. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I have on the Back to the Future mod, or it's not mod, the Back to the Future DLC. That I'll pick it up next time it goes on sale. Yeah, you fucking thought. Get out of here. I don't even have to alt tab, bitch. Get the fuck out. Oh, never mind. Josh is getting tired. Josh is getting tired and a little punchy. Who's Josh? The hell is an aluminum falcon? I've said my name many times. Look, we're all allowed a moniker. Also, get off that. There we go. This house is filthy. I wonder what this house is. This house's lore was, Dad was, when I mentioned you to Ma, said the browner the porch, the warmer the torch. Okay, that solved nothing. When I crash at your house and show up randomly one day, I'm calling you Roar and Kitty Kitty. I am fine with being called whatever. I think when Glorp was here, we called him by his name, because I don't remember exactly though. It's been quite a long time. Anyone checked on Glorp? Is he still alive? I think the storm almost hit his area. It didn't hit directly. It missed. It didn't miss Florida, because that's not true. But I think it hit his area more than it hit me. I'll say that much. My area just got rain. That's pretty much it. Also, we're talking about a tropical storm. Can't call me by your name; it'd be confusing. Yeah, probably not. It'd be probably weird walking around the house going Marky Mark, because I tend to call my cat Marky Mark a lot. We should go Marky Mark. Kitty, 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 kitty. Very common conversation in the Roar household. So I hate to, reiterate an earlier point, but your house is filthy. You'd have to fight the mutt for it. We gave the mutt a giant chew stick the other day. The thing was huge. It was like as big as he was. He ate the entire thing in a day. And then he had explosive diarrhea. So, I mean, it didn't work out great. at the end of the day. So, I mean, we're going to wait a day or two before we let him have another one. See if it... I think the problem was he ate too much. He was like overzealous and ate the whole damn thing. But I think if we break it in half, maybe that'd be enough. Honestly, like, he was almost didn't want to eat the whole thing, but then we compromised his little den area that he wanted to hide it in, so I don't know. Maybe he felt convinced that he had to eat the whole thing. Yeah, adult coloring book doesn't feel like the exact right corollary to this. It's kind of like... It's kind of like when you're exploring in, like, civilization. This is a horrible analogy, but bear with me. It's kind of like when you're wandering in civilization and the map slowly unlocks as you're walking around. It's a very satisfying feeling, like unlocking bits of map. We clear racist slurs off people's garage. I think it would be incredibly smart if they somehow incorporated mods into this. I think people would create level, although then again, I don't know. I feel like letting people make new levels would be an incredibly smart move, but then they wouldn't sell DLCs, I guess. So I don't know. That's why I'm not in marketing, I suppose. It's like that one scene from Revenge of the Nerds with the pies. Like, you have to clean off more of the pie to be able to see more of the pie, as it were. Revenge of the Nerds was a good movie. It was not a great movie, but it was a good movie. This house is already looking better. Probably need to get up onto the roof. I remember, weren't the other Nerds movies not as good, like real bad, reprehensibly bad kind of thing? I'm stepping all over their flowers. I'd like to pick up the ladder, if that's cool. Pick up ladder. Thank you. Alright, this should give me a lot. Ma keeps messaging me. They're getting real excited with how it's looking. Sounds like it's going great. Are we pretending that the Ma and the Pa are standing out in the porch watching me? Because I don't see him out there. Ever get on a roof by yourself for safety here? I mean, we're not strapped in. We don't have any roof protection. We don't even have sun protection. We're gonna boil to death up here. Yeah, I'm just gonna clean uphill so all the water has to come back down. Being efficient. It's gonna be one of the other things where it's gonna be the exact same thing. We're gonna get to like 80%. It's gonna be like, find those 3 slivers of dirt on every single thing that you've been ignoring the whole time. It's like, oh, shut up. I have not been doing any of that. Let's clean the chimney. Yeah, for the most part, I think the yellow spray does pretty much everything you need to. They said the wider sprays are like completely useless, and I kind of agree with them. Slivers are dirt is what the soap is good for. Don't start with it. Oh, for real? Can I buy more? Let's buy some multi-purpose cleaner. We'll save that for later. We can run over everything with a fine-tooth comb. I say. That's not what I mean, though. We can run over everything with what's basically a grenade. Also, looks like we got 1 star now. We got 50% done. See, at least this one didn't even try to have a story. That makes a little more sense. It's like, look, they're old. They got an old house. Their house is old and gross. Just go clean it and I'll give you money. That's great. That's all I needed to know. I didn't need to know about dad moaning or mom getting super excited. It's like, you're making it weird. Makes me wish I was still working for Tifa Lockhart. Okay, even apparently Pops is out of his rocking chair now and having a look. What, they're just watching the guy power washing his roof? I need you to pay for your parents' cable, Charlie. I need you to get them a Twitch account, a YouTube premium, a Tubi registration. You need to do something. Your parents are dying for entertainment if they're out here watching the power washer on their gross roof. The silver. I'm itching for the next Hades update. I kind of want to get all the Hades trinkets upgraded. Silver is what brought that conversation up, by the way. And I'm like, I don't know. There's no reason to play it if there's no story updates. This would be a thing people do, though. Just watch the buff power wash guy clean the roof. I mean, in real life, it's super satisfying to watch the power washing, I guess. I don't know. I just feel like there's probably better things for old grandpa to do than watch the power washers. But if that's what he wants to watch, hey, I'm not here to judge. Take a break from The Price is Right to watch the guy on the roof clean. There's a scene of Family Guy where they do exactly that, and they're like, doctor. Hello, Mr. Pewtersmith. Hello, doctor. Some people say we have the same voice. Well, there's only so many voices, and sure some sound the same. Right. 69%. Can we finish this house? I feel like that's a fool's errand, because that last 30% could be a whole hour unto itself, so no promises on that. Every time I look around, there's a big swath to get. Oh my god. Oh, I say that, like, yes, I think I'm missing some. No wonder I'm missing 30%. I think I found it. And this side. Jesus, I'm over here micromanaging the roof. I've got mildew on I've got black mold on, like, 50% of the surfaces of this house. It is gross over here. What percentage you need to clear? I'm not sure. I think you could just leave. I've never actually tried to leave early. I think if you try and go to a new job, you just it just resets your progress. I don't think you can actually. I could be wrong though. I've never actually tried to leave early. I'm at 3 stars now, but not really relevant to the conversation at hand. I mean, for 5 stars? 5 stars is 100%. I just got a star at 80%, so it must be 20% per, which makes a whole lot of sense. Grab this wall. Yeah, right when I hit the 80% mark, it triggered another star. So, yeah, it must be every 20%. Come on, wall. You were so close. Thank you. How are you, Sprawl? How has your Sunday been? What's going on? Sorry, I was much more talkative earlier. I'm getting very sleepy. I had that big energy rush there for a minute, and then I crashed like an old man. But that's neither here nor there. I got a few more minutes in me. How goes it? Pop-Tart energy rush. I haven't had a Pop-Tart yet. I had a, what did I have? We had a, I didn't have a Pop-Tart. I had a British candy bar. I don't know if Kitty's still awake. She can, it's like Crackle Crunch or something like that. She would remember. All I remember was that it's really good. It's like a surprisingly good candy bar. The British know candy bars, to be honest. Like, they don't have a lot of great opinions on them, but they do. The ones they do make are pretty good. Like their opinions on American candy bars are hilarious and weird. Deep fried Mars bar. Would you try a deep fried Mars bar? Would you try a deep fried Mars bar, Sprawl? Because I would. You wouldn't try one? Oh, I would. I wouldn't, you know, try a bunch of them, but I would taste it, definitely. Shoot. What's the point of being American if you don't at least try some of the stereotypes? Some of the harmless ones, anyways. Oh, they fry everything. It's like, no shit. Things taste better fried. Is it good for us? No. Is stroopwafel good for you? Is, I don't know. I'm trying to think of other examples. All I could come up with was stroopwafel. But you know, sometimes things that aren't good for you, that's not the problem. Good for you, not good for you, that's all just marketing. Let's clean these windows. Stereotype tier list? Like what? What would that entail? Like sexism? Like up against racism? I'm not clear. country stereotypes. I mean, that sounds cancelable. What's happening? Not sure what's happening in the window of this place. We are really close. I think I would feel weird not finishing this. Now, why did that take way less time? I saw that. I saw that channel light up in the corner of my eyes. It's on Twitch Viewer, but I can see when channels light up, and one that starts with N and ends with SW. What's going on inside that house? I'm guessing witchcraft. Like, not gonna lie, it seems like magic is happening in that house. Like a dark sort of sorcery. Are you all part of the roof? What about the ceiling? Is that part of the roof, I wonder? Porch post. God, I'm gonna be here for like a million years trying to find all this crap. The next we're actually doing a tier list coming up soon on Tuesday, I think. Sprawl. We're doing a current attractions Epcot tier list. Kitty is excited. It's going to be good times. It's like we can visit Epcot and see the new attractions. Well, it doesn't help you. It's like, sure it does. You won't be here on Tuesday. I mean, you should just like call in. I don't know. Just saying. Also, we might be doing it on Thursday too. Have you thought about just like not going to work that day? It's not work? Well, I don't know. I was presuming. I don't know when you work. No one ever tells me when they're actually available or not, so I just have to make presumptions. I have a very consistent schedule, so I just sort of assume everyone else does. Get these gutters here. Fortunately, I'm probably gonna have to go up there and take care of those gutters. Yeah, this probably would be a good time for this soap. I don't have any, and the stupid store doesn't seem to be selling them right now, and I'm too lazy to figure it out, but I'll try to get some for next time we do a power wash stream. Well, there you go. See, that's all I needed to hear. That's okay. You enjoy. That's what the VOD is for. We won't even do the condiment tier list that I haven't started on, but I think it's actually a good idea. You mentioned the condiment tier list, bro. Like, what constitutes condiments that I should include on said list? You said it was a bad idea. I said it was not a bad idea. I said it was not a bad idea. That's a different thing. I would need to like I said, I will need to actually take a look at the ingredient, like the actual condiments. Like the condiments from around the world, I don't know what half of them taste like, and I don't think most people do. Condiments from across the U.S., that's a bit, U.S. condiments, for all I know, are pretty universal, right? Like, I think even if countries don't use them as much, I think a lot of people know ketchup, right? It's a tomato-based sauce, that sort of thing. I get this roof, I got that roof. What about chimney? Let's grab chimney. Hold on.
Sprawl says, United States barbecue sauce, Carolina-style condiments, coleslaw, comeback sauce, cranberry sauce, fry sauce, ketchup, mayonnaise, mumbo sauce, mustard, condiment, relish, peanut butter, ranch, tartar sauce.
I think I remember that list. What is mumbo sauce is on the list, and it's like, what is mumbo sauce? Seems like a colloquial thing. Steps. Where are the steps? No, I need to get those gutters. As long as I'm up here. You're at 99%. I wasn't going to finish this whole job, but we're only running a little late. Might as well. There's no point to leave it at this point. I might as well finish up. Damn it. Come back to that. Work on the steps in the driveway. Were they just watching you through the windows or sitting on the lawn? I mean, it sounds like, what did they say? He's out on his rocking chair now, which I don't know if I see a rocking chair. I didn't see one on the back porch, I'm pretty sure. All of these gutters are going to be getting them from the top, aren't they? Oh, look, the Price is Right hasn't been the same since Drew Carey took over, so I can't blame him. One gutter. Second gutter. Thank you. Gutters are worth $10 a piece. It seems aggressive. I'm not opposed to it, but $10 a piece is great. Don't forget to dump water down the chimney. You got it. It's got to be like just. Ooh, I'm gonna leave this on for an hour while I go to lunch. What else do we have? Porch fences. Not what I wanted. There we go. Alright, I see a mess here. Grab the bricks. Posts. What is a post in this context? There's one post. We get 2 more. I don't see him. Post. There's one. Oh God. Seen all the grit right on the side of it. What amazes me about some of this stuff, like we pretend to be on top of it, and then we find one little bit that's just crammed with dust in the corner. I think I've reached the point where I've started talking very tired, so I need to finish this up. Let's find the last few things. Porch post. I've reached the points where I've started sentences and I don't know where they're gonna end up, and it's like, oh God, I need to stop streaming and go to bed because I'm talking nonsense. But we've got only a few more things to finish, so that's okay. We can struggle through. And by struggle, I mean find the last remaining few things. We need bricks. Why the bricks down here, right? Never mind, we'll do post instead. Ah, brick, thank you. And post. We have one more post to find. Where is it? You? Oh, that feels good. Excellent. Let's take a look at what they say. Oh, look at that. We're going to do the house. I'd like to see the other side. Can I like how it doesn't show me the full around. The bungalow looks amazing, Doc. Thank you. You won't believe the impact it's had. Ma's down the woods picking flowers, and Pops is muttering excitedly about another job he has for you. So if you hear from a Leonard Miller, that'd be from him. It's like, oh, good. I don't want to hear about the guy who moaned when he heard about me cleaning stuff. So if that's cool with you, I'm gonna put him on a filter that makes me not see his emails. I think I'm going to bed. That was fun. Let's do this again sometime. Not next time though, because we'll be doing a Epcot current attractions tier list. If you're not here for that, definitely check out the VOD, or you can see the tier list once it's done. You can also throw things at this car. You're welcome to do that. No one's gonna stop you. But while you're doing that, I'm going to sleep. You'll have a fantastic evening. I will see you later. Bye bye. Mwah.